Hello. Making a video in the garden at the other house, and it is a wonderful day. The sky is blue and the sun is shining into the trees, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm under this apple tree that has a plant growing over it, like this one here. It has these big fruits like that one. Huge, huge fruits. Gorgeous. And what I do is I cut those off when they are fully in their fullest size, like this one there. Then I think that's the fullest size they reach, and they have hair like a kind of like a nappy type of hair, like a foot massage sole or something. It's very cute, and they smell really amazing. And when they're fully ripe, the seeds inside, they are real shiny and large, and they're real like a light brown, like a chestnut. Look a little bit like chestnut, but they have like kidney shapes, and they're about this size. And you can let those harden on the air, and you can make jewelry with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Or you can plant them somewhere, let them grow. And what I do with this fruit is, I don't think it's edible because it's very bitter. I don't know what this plant is, so it could be something medicinal. I don't know, but it's like a zucchini a little bit, like a it looks almost like a pumpkin, but I cut it in slices, and then I wash my hands with it. I use it as soap. It's absolutely amazing. It gets your hands real clean, and it's much better than soap because it is all natural. It's an all natural plant sap soap. So there are no chemicals in it. Just naturally abundant nature chemicals made by the plant, and absolutely gorgeous and fantastic. And it's just fantastic to sit here under this amazing umbrella, nature umbrella. This is a total nature umbrella here. I just love it. My grandmother would have loved this here too. It's like she called those Laube. A Laube is an arcade made out of plants, and you sit underneath and you enjoy the energy, the nature energy of the abundance of the plants that grow around you and that shield you from the sun, and you can still enjoy, total nature. You don't have to have an umbrella over you, that shields you away from nature, but be immersed in nature and have the sun just trickle through the leaves lightly and still give you vitamin D, and just enjoy this amazing energy. It's such an incredible energy. The sun gives such incredible energy. I just wanted to share this in this video here because I wanted to capture this moment I want to capture these moments. Feel like these moments, they deserve to be captured. And these plants here, they grow like they have a telephone cord growing here. See the telephone cord? It's real cute. And these telephone cords, they grow in curls and also in these cords because with that, if they encounter any kind of obstacle as they're growing, they will wrap themselves around that obstacle, whether it's another plant or a wooden post, or just like the kudzu is doing that as well. And the ivy, they like to grow themselves. This is kudzu. Kudzu grows very, very fast. It's also high in saponins, in natural soap. Very, very gorgeous. Gorgeous material. It's all gorgeous. So, just want to sit here, make a video under the blue sky and enjoy. And it's one of my most favorite places right here. And I'm waiting for all of this to grow over this lattice that's underneath, because the lattice material, the plastic material, that doesn't look very good. So I want all of that stuff grow in, through, and over it, and create a wonderful, wonderful hedge, and then we can keep that hedge trimmed. And here's the papa dog. Yes, the papa dog. It's nice here, nice and sunny and gorgeous. Yes, and very gorgeous, like the papa dog. Gorgeous, yes, very infinitely gorgeous and huge and wonderful. And papa dog, he enjoys sunshine so much. Yes, papa dog, you enjoy the sunshine. This is nice to be in the sun. Feels so good. Dogs need to be in the sun, and they need to get vitamin D like we do. Yes, very important. We're going to go to the beach later on. Yes, papa dog, it is nice here. And I love the way fresh cut grass smells. It's absolutely great. We use fresh grass for composting. We live in a biodynamic composting life cycle, completely green lifestyle. I recommend that to other people. We need to bring the nutrients back into the soil. Agriculture has caused soil depletion, which is a very serious problem. They also use pesticides and unnatural fertilizers like nitrates and stuff like this, that don't belong into the land, and they just keep taking away nutrients from the land. They keep harvesting, they don't put it back on. So there's only a few bio farms that will put some of the animal dung back on it, and particularly the biodynamic farms, they put the animal dung back, but they don't put the human dung back on it. So all dung needs to be put back into the soil. We're animals too. We're taking away nutrients. Then our waste products are being pumped into sewage facilities, where I don't know what they do there, but the stuff doesn't go back into the soil, into the land, and that's a real serious problem. This causes a real massive problems, according to research in agriculture and biology. But it doesn't, you don't even need to do research on it to figure that out, to do the math on it. If you take nutrients away from it and you don't put it back on, in time it's going to become eroded and depleted. And that's a real serious problem for the environment. That's one of the major problems of environmental degradation and devastation. So I first came across this information through the Odor magazine, which is an environmental agricultural magazine on natural food growing and green lifestyle. And there was a fantastic article written by a scientist about this situation. And that was a real eye-opener for me, because before I hadn't put my mind into it. Didn't even cross my mind. We're always occupied with our lifestyles and with um, humans are occupied with so many things all the time that totally bypass the real important things. They get sidetracked very easily. Also, your corporate greed makes sure people stay sidetracked. And corporate greed also uses religion to keep people uninformed and anti-informed. So that's a real massive problem. Yesterday, for example, we came across two very sweet ladies, very nice. One lady had a chihuahua in her arm. He had his own jacket on, and it was very sweet. So they complimented my hair. I don't think my hair looks that great, but whatever. It's like gray and everything. But they complimented my hair. They thought it was nice color. I don't know how they get to that conclusion, but I told them, yeah, I use natural henna. Natural henna from India. Henna is an herb. It comes in different colors. The most dominant color is like a very bright red, and people use this to color their hair, particularly gray hair. So I have to redo this. And so they heard henna. They heard about henna because they're like they're my generation, and they also had gray hair, and they were like, okay, yeah, henna. They heard about henna from the 70s and stuff. It was very popular during the hippie era, and so I explained a little bit about henna. I said this is a natural plant from India. Obviously, they hadn't heard about that. And because people get sidetracked with anti-information and uninformation, and mainly of religious nature, and religion totally like serving as a tool, as a corporate tool, as a vehicle of anti-information and total uninformation, and straw man, alibi, um, distracting type of information that leads away from the main issues, that misleads people in the wrong directions, and so on. Very, very, very important that people know this. Okay. But yesterday was just another perfect example when I said that this is very good to put the henna on, because it's a natural, also a medicinal herb. It serves to color the hair, but it's also a great hair mask. It stabilizes the hair, it stabilizes the scalp skin, and I can feel it, even the energy and the medicinal properties permeating through into my scalp and into the capillaries, and even feels even very calming on the brain. So, and when I said those things, the lady started to not like that anymore, what I was saying. She started to have a frown on her face. She said, no, I don't want anything to do with herbs. I don't like herbs, she said. And I was so disappointed and so sad. Yeah? So initially a nice conversation, nice ladies, seemed to be cheerful, and then encountering this kind of reaction. Where does it come from? Where does this anti-information and wrongful dislike come from? A wrongful dislike against something very wonderful. Where does that come from? It comes from religion, it comes from talk radio, and where does it ultimately come from? What orchestrates people into this direction using talk radio and religion? The corporate agenda. Because the corporate agenda wants to keep people buying their products from Eli Lilly, from ExxonMobil, from Lockheed Martin, from Monsanto, from um, whatever their names are, those pharmaceutical names. And just had a realization on someone I know who is a corporate CEO of a pharmaceutical chemical corporation, and his mother told me that her son would never read my health book. And I first thought, oh, it's because they don't take me seriously, because they never have taken me seriously. I've always been a black sheep. But then I just realized what's going on. So, okay, I think he bought into this entire thing. It's like the people who sell something, they make themselves believe their own stories that they're selling their customers. So, pharmaceutical company, corporation, and the people who work there, if they had a different mindset, if they would come to the realization that the stuff they're selling is toxic, then it would become difficult for them to stay on track with that. So they actually, it is a financial commodity for them. So this financial incentive actually has an influence on their unconscious, on their entire way of viewing the world. So they become convinced of harsh toxins, and all of this, and they turn their back on nature because that's what they're selling, and so they will never look at a holistic health book for that very reason. I just realized this too. But it's not only those people who sell it. Obviously, it is a massive amount of people. It seems like the majority of humans on this planet that buy into this, that let themselves be used by the corporation's tools, religion and talk radio and TV shows and movies as well. They're all deeply influenced by the corporate agenda, and the corporate agenda, what I mean by this is you got different corporations, let's use a circle. You have Eli Lilly, you have Monsanto. They create chemicals, okay, that are unnatural. Then you have, the pharmaceutical industry create chemicals so they can patent those. They can't patent natural stuff. That's much better for us. They can't patent it. They can't make money on it. It's all about money. Then underneath is the weapon industry. Then we have the electronic industry. You have media. You have journalism. It's like an entire conglomeration of different corporations that all have money at their priority. And because of that, they also help each other, because they have summit meetings on how to keep the public the most uninformed and most serving towards their agenda, towards their corporations, towards buying their products and buying into it and buying into the political agenda and the politicians they choose to become president and so on. So they have the public in a complete vice grip, in a mental vice grip, and it's a real shocking and horrific thing to observe. And I don't know how to bring this across to the public, to pay more attention, to actually look at it from the other angle, look at it from above, see how this ties in, see what they're doing. It's not like I don't call it sinister or anything. It is a greed-based mechanism. It's an entire mega society that is based on greed. Okay, everything, they're into the minutest details of their lifestyles. It is based on greed. It's based on vanity. It's based on competition, competitiveness. The entire mindset. It goes very deep. So I'm asking people to look at it from a distance and really look at it and question these things. Question that. Question the products you buy. Is this healthy? What is it made out of? What are the ingredients that are listed? That they even list these ingredients at all. Some environmentalists got to them to do it. That's the work of environmentalism, to help us, okay, to protect us. But the corporate agenda has their fingers so deep into the media that they have manipulated the public to hate environmentalists, the very people that are protecting us, that are making it possible that we can even still breathe the air today. Okay? If it wasn't for them, things would be much worse already. Much, much worse. Okay? So thank goodness for this minority on this planet of kind-hearted and caring animal rights activists and environmentalists who are protecting the beings, the animals and us. We are animals too. They're protecting our air and our water as good as they possibly can. But they don't have the upper hand. They don't have the leverage. They don't have the leverage because the majority of humans don't care, and the majority of humans are greed-based. And they have the leverage. So they have the political leverage. They have the law leverage. They have the legal leverage. They write the laws. And people go like, okay, this is the law, I have to obey by it. This must be good because it's the law. No. Just because something is the law, I've said that many times in my videos, just because something is the law doesn't mean it is good. It doesn't mean it is just. Then you have this justice sign for the entire justice department. This justice sign of the scale that is balanced. There is no balance. Okay, this is another lie. This justice sign is completely misused because there is no balance and there is no justice. Okay, and there's certainly no ethics involved. And that's why I want everyone who watches this video become aware. You have to do something. You have to read more. Okay? If you don't want to do anything, at least read more. Read more and pay more attention. And don't buy into the lies. Don't buy into that what's the most comfortable for you or for anyone at this moment. Oh yeah, they must be right. After all, they're giving me money. After all, this is the easier route and so on. No. No. It's not going to be good for us in the long run. You have to look at it and you have to, okay, this is the green thumb. The rule of the green thumb. Okay. Whatever is green and natural is good. Whatever is chemical is not good. This is what I want people to remember, and question all authority and do your research on everything. Okay, you guys take care. Bye-bye.